I am going to discuss a number of options in this lecture, but I will not be discussing these options in detail because we have already seen all these options in some of the previous sections. So we will not be doing it from scratch. Instead, I will be just explaining the code snippets. So these two are resizable elements, and I have set the value of goes to be true so that we can see a semi-transparent helper when we resize. And the first two options that we are going to discuss are cancel and disabled. These two options are used to cancel the specific functionality. So in this case, it is used to cancel the resizability. And the difference between cancel and disabled is that disabled is used with a particular item for which we need to cancel the functionality, whereas cancel is used to specify for which all elements we need to cancel the resizability. So here, if I specify cancel hash box 1, the resizable functionality will be removed from the box 1. Now let's see. Let's comment these two, okay, and see whether we are able to resize box 1 and box 2. No, I am not able to resize this. Yes, I am able to resize this because here we have specified cancel hash box 1. So even though this icon is appearing, we are not able to drag this to resize because we have specified cancel to be hash 1. But if we want to use the disabled, we have to use it with that particular element. So let me copy this and change the name of the option to be disabled and the value to be true. And let me remove this part. Otherwise, both the items will not be resizable. So as of now, what will happen? The resizable functionality will be removed from this box 2, that is from the second box. So let me try to resize this. Yes, it is possible, but if I try to resize, nothing happens and the icon is also not appearing. So if you want to use disabled, you have to use it with that particular element for which you need to disable the functionality, and in case of cancel, you need to specify for which all elements you need to cancel the resizable functionality. Then one more option we are going to see is grid. The grid option is used if you want to specify how many pixels the element should be resized each time. So you can specify the value in an array. Let me comment this and copy this one. Now both the boxes are resizable, and let me change the name of the option to grid and set the value as 2050. It needs to be put in an array. So 2050 means it will move 20 pixels in the x direction and 50 pixels in the y direction. And let me change this to box 1. Okay. And let's see that. Refresh. Let me try to drag this. See, each time it is moving 20 pixels, and when I resize, it gets resized. And if I try here, each time it gets 50 pixels in the y direction. So it is something like a jumping effect. We can specify how many pixels it should move when we try to resize each time. So this should be put as an array. So in this lesson, we have seen 5 different options, and I am not discussing them in detail because you have already seen these options in previous sections. So the options we have discussed in this section are distance and delay, cancel and disabled, and finally grid.